Good morning and welcome to today's session of Manage America Radio, our continuing career college exposition webinar series. My name is Bob Martin. I'm with the Imagine America Foundation. Joining me on today's session of Imagine America Radio is my foundation colleague, Lee Doubleday. Lee and I are extremely excited about today's topic, education and training opportunities for 2022. Sponsored by Porter & Chester. Porter & Chester has 9 campuses located throughout Connecticut and Massachusetts, and is also a 15-year sponsor of the Imagine America scholarship and award programs, having now provided admissions-based financial aid to more than 10,000 enrolling Imagine America students. Without taking valuable time from our presenter, let me refer any and all inquiries on Imagine America to our website, www.imagine-america.org, or you can call me or email myself or Lee Doubleday at the end of the session.
Since our beginning in 1999, Imagine America remains a leading sponsor of scholarship aid to enrolling high school students. However, our country faces a serious shortage in certified technicians. We hear from employers in virtually all sections of the country desperately looking for qualified employees, so we need to do more. Our partner in today's presentation again is Porter & Chester Institute, and joining us today to discuss in detail the looming technician shortage and how Porter & Chester is helping meet this need is Jack Burke. Jack is the Director of Admissions and Marketing with Porter & Chester Institute and has been working with high schools for over 15 years, so you're in great hands today. But before turning the program over to Jack, let me outline today's agenda. Today's session of Imagine America Radio will be 30 minutes maximum, with question and answers at the end of the presentation. All participants can submit questions while the presentation is in session via the chat feature or the Q&A feature in this Zoom meeting. And you are encouraged to ask questions because we will get to them at the end. At the end of the presentation, or 10:25, I'll then present any questions offered by the participants. We'll address as many as possible and provide written responses and follow-up emails. We will have a hard close at 10:30 to be respectful of your time. So without taking any more time out of today's presentation, let me turn today's session over to Jack Burke. Jack, the floor is yours.
Thanks so much, Lee, and thank you, Bob. Good morning, everybody. And as Bob and Lee mentioned, we have been working together for many, many years, and there are countless thousands of students who have had an education, in career education, found themselves a good job in the field as a result of Imagine America. So without any a delay as well, I'm going to jump right into our agenda, which is showed up on the screen right here. So I do want to welcome you all, and I want to congratulate and thank you all for everything that you do every day. It's an incredible job that you do. And it's oftentimes it's seen by parents and students, professionals like Bob and Lee and myself and others. We understand what you do, and it's Herculean and it's heroic. Who is Porter & Chester Institute? Well, I'm going to do that very quickly as we go through. You'll see I'll give you a good indication of who we are. Most of you know who we are because you probably work, if you're on this website and you went to our website, you're on this webinar, there's a good chance that someplace along the line you've heard of us because we've been around for 75 years. But I'll go a little bit more detail on some of the new things that we're doing at Porter & Chester and the admissions process and that type of thing. All the programs. Number 3, what programs do we offer? There's 2 slides in every program. The first slide will talk a little bit about the program and some of the qualities that you want to have going there. Very, very high level touches on the curriculum. The second slide is very important. It has the cost of the program. It has the growth over the next 10 years, and as well as the length of the program. And then what is our process? Our process in a nutshell is it's all online. So high school students can literally go right into Porter & Chester Institute, and you just go to Porter Chester, one word, porterchester.edu, and they can be available. They can apply online. They can be instantly right within our application portal. They can take the assessment there. They can review our catalog there. And then they can also, and this is a beautiful thing, and it was a lot of work over the last 2 years, but we pulled it off, being a technology school. Inside of our application portal, they can also do their educational funding. So they'll be able to do the FSA-ID, and they'll be able to get into the government FAFSA website and do their FAFSA inside our portal. So everything is stored there. All the documents are stored within the application portal as far as admissions and educational funding. And then we work together with the student and the parents, and then we bring them through the process. So that's our process in a nutshell, and I'll show you at the end how your students can apply, and then Q&A as Lee had mentioned. So without further ado, we'll just jump right in. I know I go fast, and here we go. So again, huge congratulations. It's just remarkable. Everything that you guys see, the workload that you have. You know, I think I've been to every association meeting you can think of. Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. We're members of all the high school counselor associations here. So many meetings, and some of the things you do with the students that are not seen are just absolutely incredible. So thank you for that. So on our plate, what we like to do is we like to just spend a couple of minutes talking a little bit about who we are and what we do and how our process works, and then we will jump right into the program itself. So 5 great things about us. Well, first of all, we're New England born and raised, and we've been around for 75 years. It's okay, on the slide, it's okay to set your sights on careers in healthcare, computers, and skilled trades. The four-year major at a large college is not a path for everyone. Career education and training in 2021, 2022, and on is much more than a consolation prize. And really at the bottom line on this is in the career education field, and I've had a lot of positions. Actually, I've been in the field for it's over 30 years now in a lot of different positions. High schools I know a real lot about because I've been working with them for that long, really. But also I've been, in all just about every position you can think. I was vice president for 14 years. I ran campuses. I've done all types of things. And the whole reason I stayed in this career and didn't go to another type of education, though had opportunities to do that, is because I wanted to be in an education that had a result. I wanted to be in an education that when the student graduated, they'd be able to go out and they'd be able to make a living and buy a house, raise a family, and that type of thing. And I find career education is there. Now, I know 10, 15 years ago, we were the consolation prize. It's like, well, Jack is in the bottom part of the class. He's a good guy, works hard and everything, but he just, he doesn't have, he's not going to get through, humanities and philosophy and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is, we're going to push him over to like a trade school. He's going to go to a trade school. We have students now coming back, graduates from UConn, that are coming back to us to get a diploma. Yeah, they already have their degree. They want to get a diploma in the IT field or in the HVAC field, in the electrical field, in medical and things like that. So they're going out and they're making very, very good livings. And a lot of these electricians and these plumbers and these HVAC individuals, you can't even get an appointment with them. And they're really, really doing very, very well for themselves. So we are more than a consolation prize. And I know you know that. You wouldn't be on this webinar. But there's a lot of individuals out there that are really doing well. And in Connecticut and in New England in general, and I also manage 3 campuses in Pennsylvania, everywhere in the country, I'll go ahead and say, is that the retirees are coming in by the boatloads in the trades, boatloads. And the demographics show that there is going to be an incredible shortage of electricians and plumbers and HVAC people and things like that. So yeah, it's way more than a consolation prize, and it's got some great security too as well. So let's keep moving, and we'll talk about our mission and our vision and our values. They're all listed on our website, portchester.edu, one word. Campuses. Okay, as Bob had mentioned, we're in New England, so you can see the map here. We're in Brockton, we're in Worcester, Chicopee, and then we have 6 campuses in Connecticut: Enfield, Rocky Hill, Waterbury, Bridgeport, Hamden, and New London. I'm speaking to you from Waterbury, Connecticut, right now on this campus. Interesting enough, coming to the campus today, I've been to this campus hundreds and hundreds of times, but there was a telephone pole came down and there was a huge backup in the traffic and things like that. Now, fortunately, I made it to this webinar, which is good, but I'm giving you this message, I'm telling the story for a reason. It's fortunate I made it to this webinar by the skin of my teeth. However, there was about Lee and Bob, I don't even know if you guys know this, but about a year ago, we had one of these going and it was impossible to get to. I don't know if it was a snowstorm, whatever it was. I wasn't going to get to the campus. So that's not a problem with technology today. I pulled into Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. I had my hotspot, pulled it up, boom, had the laptop, and we did the presentation. Why do I tell that story? Because technology and the trades and moving information through IT and things like that, that's where the future is going. That's where the whole employment picture is going. So when our students graduate in IT and some of these majors, they're really right in the crux of what employers are looking for. Many of you are working with Zoom right now, and of course you are, and you're working remotely and things like that. So technology is huge. So we have our 9 campuses, and they're all managed by the same management team. We're going to kind of skip right into the trades and the healthcare and the technology aspect of it. So yeah, we do have programs in trades, healthcare, and technology. Again, I know I'm going very quickly, but I want to be respectful of your time. And so let's just jump right into the cost and things like that. All right, the learning, we're doing a hybrid learning model. So we have a hybrid learning model with the didactic or the classroom hours online. And then we have our learning on campus. So a lot of times students would be taking synchronous and asynchronous courses in the hybrid fashion. All the students get a laptop when they come to school, and then they do their labs on campus. Beautiful labs, by the way. Then we also have online courses, and that's computer-aided drafting, computer network technology, and MBC, what we call medical billing and coding. Those programs are 100% online. And then we have a cosmetology program, and that's 100% on campus. Dental assisting. So you all understand what a dental assistant is. We go to the dentist, they assist the dentist. They do x-rays. They develop the x-rays, the digital and analog x-rays. Some offices have more contemporary equipment than others. So, you know, we cover all aspects of it. How to assist with the crown and bridge and that type of thing. So a lot of times people, they get it confused. You mean you're a dental hygienist? No, there's a dental hygienist. They're the ones that clean your teeth. There's the dental assistant. The assistant's the one that's right by your side when you're getting your tooth filled, and they're handing the instruments to the dentist, to he or she, and they're working in that regard. They can also work the front office. They can set appointments and interact with insurance companies and do billing and bookkeeping and terminology and things like that. Cost $17,000, 10 months long, 7% career growth according to the BLS. That is, I mean, that says it right there. $17,000 and out in less than a year, and now you are a dental assistant, and you can walk into a dental assistant office and say, I don't know, I just don't know it. I can show you what, you know, I can do it, not just know it. And that's the difference. You know, when they graduate, they can actually do a career. Medical assisting is similar. It's it's a healthcare field so it's things like sterilization of equipment, EKGs, phlebotomy, so, you know, drawing blood. And again, working the front office to the back office. Same tuition, same length. The growth on this one here is 19%. So we all go to the doctors, and that's a person that takes your height, weight, and blood pressure, and all that type of thing. And 19% growth. Walk-in medical centers, urgent care centers, HMOs, places like that. Very integral part of the medical field. Practical nursing, this one here is obviously really hot. It's in our 5 campuses in Connecticut. We do not have it in Massachusetts, but it's in our 5 campuses in Connecticut. We've had the program since 2007. It's a very challenging program, but we have hundreds and hundreds of graduates that have done very, very well with it. They go out, they'll learn how to change dressings, how to do patient histories, record patient information, and then prepare for the NCLEX exam. Now, a lot of people say, Jack, you know, you said you had an LPN program. You don't have an LPN program. You have a practical nursing program. It's just semantics. We teach, and when you graduate from Porter and Chester, your diploma reads practical nursing. But where my cursor is right here, we prepare you for the NCLEX PN exam, and we all know that's the national exam. That's the exam. Then when the student passes it, they get their license. So when a student graduates in Porter and Chester, they graduate with the diploma of practical nursing. Once they pass their state NCLEX exam, now they're licensed. So now they can call themselves an LPN. So that's kind of the way it works. So it's an LPN program. We teach you the information that you need. It's a state sanctioned and approved curriculum. And then you go ahead and become licensed. You can see my cursor over here. Licensed practical and vocational nurses. So the license comes after you graduate, and we prepare everybody to take it. Tuition is $29,900, 15 months long, 9% growth. Okay, stay with me. MBC, medical billing and coding. This one here is if you're detail oriented and you have students that want to get things right, and they're good on the phone, and they know how to form that great communication, email, you know, and that type of thing, how to manage insurance claims and how to work with people. NBC is, again, integral part of, I don't care if it's a hospital, a walk-in medical center, or an urgent care, integral part. You got to have money coming in when you're medical. We all have friends that are doctors and work in the medical field. It's very, very, very expensive to operate these operations, and they need to collect their bills. So they need to get their money in, and this is what they do. Tuition $17,10. This is a fully online program, which is phenomenal. So we have individuals that work during the day, take the program at night, or vice versa. And it really opens up their flexibility and opportunities to take the course. Cosmetology is offered in our Rocky Hill campus, and that one is 100% on campus. And 17.5, 12 months steady. And again, porterchester.edu. Automotive, this program right here has changed so much over the years, because we all know that. You can't even jumpstart. I can't jumpstart a car. They're just unbelievable. They're all computers now. 30 to 40 computers are the average car now. And tune-ups. Of course, you have a car right now, and I think my car's got like almost 100,000 miles on it. I had another car that I was driving, had over 257,000 miles. So when I donated, cars used to last like 50, 60, 70. Oh, I got 100,000 miles on my car. Cars now go 200,000 miles because they're built incredibly well. They're built better than they've ever been built, and they have all these computers that make the life of the car get better. So we're working with a lot of computerization. The Verus Pro, the Modus system, computer of alignment, computerized front end alignment. And this program is $24,995. It's 12 months long and steady growth. Anywhere you go, cars. HVACR, the R's for refrigeration, walk-in coolers, freezers, things like that. How to install and maintain and troubleshoot HVAC units. This again, in New England, very, very much in demand. And there's a lot of electrical in HVAC, because it's the electrical principles required to service oil burners and ignition systems. So yes, they're going to learn Ohm's law. Yes, they're going to learn loads and things like that. They have to. So there's just a lot of opportunities in these fields, and a lot of the students, once they graduate and they go out and they get their state license, they can get the B license, they can get the D license for air conditioning and ventilation, and then they can get their S license, which it combines both. And then if they really want to own their business, which some do, they go out and they get their S1 license. And that's just one additional course where it's mostly legal and contracts and things like that. It's a business aspect of it. And we have many students that have gone out and they open up their own business, and countless stories of success there. And again, it's a state license that they get. Tuition, again, just a little under 26, 12 months long, 1 year out the door, 30% career growth. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Electrician, this is one of the favorites. It's a very hot field. We teach commercial, industrial, and residential. So it's not just wiring a house. It's also, it could be setting up it could be putting on an air conditioning system, hooking up the electrical to an air conditioner on top of the West Farms Mall. True story. It's commercial, residential, new construction, industrial. So every time they do over at McDonald's, and you see all those vans out in the parking lot, like 10 of them, and they're just in there going crazy inside. Those are your electricians making very good money. Electrical theory and installation. The math is applied, by the way. So all of the math that they learn will be learned inside of our curriculum, and it's applied. Same thing here with the growth. It's 8%. Low voltage, those would be like security systems, fire alarm systems, home entertainment. So it's electrical, but they call it low voltage, and it leads to a different type of a license, C6 and that type of thing. Tuition, length. Okay, just stay right with me. I'm going quick here, I know, but we've got to cover the rest of them. Plumbing is huge, as we know. I believe, I'm just kind of PFA, plucking it from the air. I think it's a 53% retirement or something like that. It's either 43 or 53 the last time I looked at the BLS. A lot of people are retiring, and it's hard to find plumbers. And you know what that means. It costs a lot to get a plumber to your house today. You even walk the halls. You walk the halls of like a Home Depot. And you used to walk the halls of Home Depot and used to talk to plumbers, working part-time, making some extra money. Yeah. A lot of those they're not. A lot of those guys are either retired or they're not. They're out there doing their work, and they're making a lot of money. So the plumbing field is fantastic. Yes, let's see. Plumbing. So here you go. It's just under 2612, and then it says a 4% growth. Again, a little research on that. I'll show you. They're great field. Computer-aided drafting and design. As we know, it's all AutoCAD. We've used AutoCAD since DOS. AutoCAD's that's the program. It's international. It's the program that you want to work with. It's all 2D modeling, 3D modeling. A lot of our students will go out and we're working with Autodesk Revit, SolidWorks. A lot of artistic people, a lot of individuals with great spatial perception. They have an imagination. They want to create stuff. I don't know how many artists I've had come to school. come to our school and they say, well, I'm actually an artist. And they can draw, they can paint, and they can't make any money. That's our hobby. Say they have a hobby for that. They come and they take computer drafting, and then they're fantastic at putting a French door off of a deck, off of the back, and figuring stuff out. And they're very, very artistic, but they can also make money doing it. So you can say, look at this. This is for under $15,000. It's 12 months long, and it's steady growth, and it's 100% online. Same thing with computer networking. It's 100% online. This one here, understandable, right? Banks, supermarkets, restaurants, insurance companies, they basically get out and they have multiple opportunities. And then our steps of success. This is a big thing. And I know I've heard back from many of you over the years that you appreciate the fact that when we work with the students, we're also carrying on what you're telling them throughout their whole 4 years in high school. It's important how you look and how you speak and things like that. It's important to be responsible, respectful, communicate, and have teamwork. And those are steps to success that we work with our students. That's what we promote, and that's what we help build in our students. Financial aid, all important. That's just like I talked about before. We have a separate financial aid division that works within our application portal. It helps the students find their FSA ID, get to their FAFSA. They do that, they fill that out with their parents. And then when that's completed, they do that on their own. And that information gets sent back over to us. And then we can contact the student, work with the student, and then find them alternate forms of educational funding. There are student loans, there are grants. And here's the slide. And there's Imagine America. I don't have the time to go into it. I could tell you stories like you all have careers. You could tell us stories. It's so interesting in education, isn't it though? People are our business. This Imagine America scholarship has literally helped students be able to come to school that couldn't have done it before. They get to that point and they go, darn it, I guess I'm going to have to wait and I'll have to start school in another year. Why? Got to take some extra hours at McDonald's in the evening shift. I got to put together a couple more bucks so that I can afford to have a babysitter or get the tools or, fill in the blank, gas to get to the car or whatever it is. The Imagine America has got them up and over the bar many, many times, as Bob had mentioned and as Lee has mentioned, to the tune of, tens of thousands, really. Think about it. It's a lot of students. And then we also have a scholarship at Porter and Chester Institute. You can put the two together, by the way. And as we conclude, classes are forming now. Your students can join in either July, August, or October, and they are applying right now. So I strongly encourage them to apply right away. And it's as easy as what's on the slide here, just porterchester.edu. Right at the top, there's an apply online button, and they can click on that and take it from there. Lee, that's all I got.
All right, thanks, Jack. We are now going to open this up for the Q&A portion of our presentation. And I'm going to launch a poll question. If you'd like somebody to contact you about how to talk to your students or come and present at your high school, similar information to what Jack talked about here today, please indicate so on the poll so that we know who to reach out to. Jack, there's one of the counselors wants to know about IEPs. Are there
Sure.
any help for students with IEPs?
Yeah, thank you, Lee, and thank you for the question. The answer to that is we do see them, of course, and the way that we work with that is once that's brought up in the between the student and our admissions counsel, and the admissions counsel puts them in contact with somebody in administration on our side, and then we're able to caucus with the parents and work together and see what we can do. So the answer to that is yes. On an individual case-by-case basis, we will work with the parents and the student together with the administrators and people at our schools. So we're familiar with them, and we take them one at a time and see what we can do to help.
Awesome. Okay, great. The second question, this person wants to know about the FAFSA. Can students apply? And I think you may have talked about it, but can students apply for the FAFSA in order to go to Porter and Chester?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. So right, like we have our OPID number and everything, and we'll work right along with you. I think the biggest thing that we really have and really down to 5 stars is that in the application portal there's all types of video content and coaching and things like that to show individuals how do you go to to get your FSA ID. Once you get your FSA ID, that's the key to the educational funding website. That's your FAFSAs in there, and then they fill it out. So they can do it inside the portal now. Also, there's communication going back and forth between the student and the parents in the course of school. So they fill it out, but put it this way, we work with thousands and thousands of students every year that do their FAFSA. So we're familiar with them. And if And if the parents are nervous about it, we all know because we see it all the time. Once they get in there, they say, oh, this is a lot easier than I thought it was.
Hey, Jack, the next question comes from the Worcester area. It has to do with cost and programmatic comparisons with community college programs like the ones Chester offers. Would you like to talk about that a little bit?
Thank you, Bob. Yeah, sure. I have a lot of friends that I cannot, you're from Worcester, right? I cannot pronounce it. I still can't pronounce that. It begins with the Q, Quinnipiac or something. It's an incredible name. I'm very familiar with that school. It's a great community college, as is Naugatuck Valley and Manchester community, and fill in the blank, Cape Cod. I love community colleges. Some of my friends teach there. They're excellent. But they don't fill the same need that we do. A lot of times students will go to school and they'll get their associate's degree, or they'll go and they'll take a couple of courses in community college, and then they'll come over to us to get it done. Come in, get it done in a year, get it done in 15 months, whatever, and go back out again. So that happens. And then a lot of times I'm a huge proponent of go ahead and, when you go to Porter and Chester Institute, you graduate, you're career ready. So you can go out there and you can start working and making money and such. But we're all learners for life. We all are. Every single person on this call, and so are they. So they've got to look, and I tell them, I say, you got to look ahead and say, what we're doing right now in electrical, it's going to be different in 5 or 10 years. You got to stay fresh. You got to so take a business course. Take any course that you enjoy. Stay a learner for life. So we're a little bit different. We fill a tremendous gap in the economy and everything else like that. So we partner a lot of times, Bob, as you know, with colleges. And they honestly partner with us quite often as well.
Jack, what I'm struck by listening to you is if any of our participants has a very focused young person who knows what they want and wants to get at it, doing it, Porter and Chester will give them probably the fastest way to do that. Get in, get out, and get working. Right? Is that fair to say or no?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that's the biggest key that we find is that time. It's like there's two things there's a lot of things that we don't have enough of, but the two big ones for me anyway, and I know for all of us in life, we don't have enough money and we don't have enough time, and that'll never change, right? So when somebody comes to our school, they're putting their money on the table. It could be 17 grand, it could be 26 grand, something like that, and they're also taking a year out of their life. But then they stop and they say, wait a second, 1 year. 25 grand, 15 grand, whatever it is. And then I'm set for the next 25, 30 years and I can work my way up. So yes, that's a great point. Thank you for bringing it up, Bob.
Yeah. Lee, it looks like we got one more question that has to do with from Enfield. If they want to talk to a local rep from Porter and Chester, should they go to the website or should contact you directly, Jack?
Okay. Well, their easiest way to do it is if they can go to the website directly. And just go right to the website, and then now if your counselor contacted me, then contact me directly because I work directly with the counselors. If you have a student that wants to go and get some information, I think that was a question to be able to speak with an admissions counselor. They go right to the website, they fill out a request form, and then they'll be automatically connected via text and email. And then of course somebody will be giving them a call and saying, how can we help you? So website's probably the best bet if they're a student. But if it's any guidance counselor, please reach out to me directly. And you can also go to the porterandchester.edu as a counselor, go to the information page for the counselors, and it's very easy. You can schedule a presentation. You can schedule a tour either in person or virtual. It's right there on the page. And then I'll reach out to you and help you and we'll set something up.
Lee, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, let me go through it then. Let me go through a couple logistical matters. First of all, we have recorded this session and move forward to recording to all the registrants. We placed this on our website, www.imagine-america.org with download instructions. I always encourage the listeners to go back and listen to the presentation a second time. Myself, I find that I usually miss things or there's something is reinforced that I wanted to find out about. Finally, Lee Doubleday is with the foundation is going to be conducting a survey of all the participants to determine topics and sessions in the future. Please look for that particular communication, and we look forward to getting your feedback. Before closing, I want to thank all the participants, all the educators who have taken time out of their very busy schedules to join us today. We know you have a number of competing interests and demands. We just appreciate you taking time to carve out a little bit of your day and to spend it with Lee, Jack, and myself. I'd also like to thank Jack for sharing with today's presentation and encourage any and all of you to contact him directly with any questions regarding Porter and Chester, any of the career information that was presented here, and possibly fast for our next steps. On behalf of the Imagine America Foundation, Jack and Lee Doubleday, I want to thank you and hope you have a great day. Goodbye.